Hey guys, welcome to the 2022 Kubota dealer meeting I attended a few weeks back. In the past, I've done some videos where I was narrating while I was there. This time, it was such a busy meeting. There was like thousands of people there, more than normal, and I was not able to do that at the meeting. So right now, we're sitting in an office, and I'm going to summarize all the clips we put together from the meeting, the new products, the old products. It was the 50th anniversary. And there was a lot of old products where Kubota got started from that I thought were really neat. They brought some future products that you can't sell yet. They're just the future. And I'm just going to take you through that. It was a big deal, their 50th anniversary. There were a lot of cool surprises and treats, including these past models they brought to the showroom floor. Some models I didn't know existed. Kubota started in the U.S. not as Kubota. They were sold a product, and it was remarketed as McCulloch. And the D20 was the original model, and there's not a lot of these around. I've only seen one in person, two in person now after the Kubota dealer meeting, that one, and I've seen one previously at a antique tractor show locally. And then this model from McCulloch, I had no clue the G12 existed. This is a cool little tractor. It was a fuel conversion tractor. It was a product of Kubota, though, but it was rebranded as the McCulloch G12. It was pristinely restored. Most of these tractors were restored. They're not original. I see the little Kubota emblem on the steering wheel there. And they had a lot of other pivotal models, really important models to Kubota, which got them a foothold in America as a compact tractor line. And you got to remember, compact tractors were not very popular when they came to America in the 70s. And now to the present. These are the new products coming out this year. The SVL 75-3 was definitely by far one of my favorite new product introductions for this year. It's the new version of the 75-2, just with a lot of updates. One of the things in this video that it shows, Kubota in the past was a little bit of a slower machine compared to some of the competitors, and they increased the ground speed. But not only did they increase the ground speed, they also give it an auto shift function from first to second gear. So if you were in Rabbit right now and turned, it automatically downshifts like it did there to low gear and then back to high gear, giving it a super cool advantage over a lot of competitors in this class, including the Caterpillar as they're showing here. It's just one of the many improvements to the 75-3 is the speed and the auto shift capability. You might see that little weight under the bucket. They simulated a full bucket load, that little weight underneath both of the buckets there. And they did a fun race. And of course, the Kubota won, right? And next, they do they comparing the hydraulic systems here to the Deere track loader, the 325G here in this video, and you might be able to see the shakiness of the Deere. So what Kubota's highlighting here is that they put a twin priority valve. So even when you're functioning that 4-in-1 bucket, it doesn't stop the machine like it does the Deere. The Deere has only a single priority valve, and it really hesitates with the grapple on that machine. Unlike the Kubota is a very smooth operation, and it's just a superior hydraulic system. But that's nothing new. Kubota's always been superior. And then now I snuck away out of the hotel, and they had this little ride and drive in the parking lot, and I was able to actually get some seat time in this new SVL 75-3, and they have an updated cab. It's sealed, it's quieter, it's cleaner. You actually have a better screen. You have a rear camera built into the machine. It is just a lot smoother and quieter. I'm going to go through some of the functionality here. This is a video I had to shoot kind of, I don't know, it wasn't secretively, but I had to shoot it really quickly because there was a lineup of people that wanted to run this machine. So one of the things here is you can adjust things that weren't adjustable on this Dash 2 machine, including track speed. So you can have a quick track speed, a normal, or a mild. That's like the sensitivity on the controls. And I'm going to keep going through some stuff here. It's just a very intuitive screen, and even it has the radio built in. So there's no need to install a separate radio system on the new Dash 3s. It's built into the screen from the factory, and it works, and it's Bluetooth compatible, and the Bluetooth is easily programmable. And it's quiet enough that you could actually use the Bluetooth when you're in the machine. The Dash 2 was not quiet enough for Bluetooth. It has a lot of functionalities, including maintenance. You have a data log. So this machine doesn't have a key as code start, and you could change the codes, and you give different users codes, and it will log what that user did, for instance, and it keeps track of everything. One of the things is you have a lot of settings to change. You can change screen brightness, light auto shut off, as you can see there. The screen brightness, you can put day or night, have different settings. This guy was showing me some stuff here. Machine lockout. I'm trying to remember what that was. Oh, lights shut off. So you could program how long you want the lights to be on after the machine is shut off. If you were getting out at nighttime, you can program that. Similar to the Dash 5 excavator we now have, has the same functionality. Machine lockout. So after 3 minutes, it's set right now. You could put the you would require another code to be entered to start it, or you could just turn this off altogether. You could not require a passcode if you wanted to select that on and off button there. And you give different codes, but right now, if I push that off, you could just push that button and it would start every time without a code. That's totally programmable. One of the other cool functions of this is that, other than the cab and the speed, is the reversible fan that's on these machines, and you can set the interval for when it auto cleans. It has a reversible fan. That's a big deal. And also, if you see that picture to the left here, you can see that if you were familiar with the Dash 2 SVL 75, you would notice that the radiator is in a completely different location. This is very similar to how the wheel machines is set up, and now they're going to that on the track machines. The radiator is on the top, and you can actually see the engine when you open the back door. That's a big improvement. Moving on here. Yeah, the reversing fan, you can set it for an auto function, and also you can push the button there on the left-hand side. I don't show it here, but there's a button to run the reversing fan. It has a camera. The camera is a good camera. I don't think I pressed that. The SVL 75-3 is a lot of needed upgrades, including speed, the cab quietness, hydraulic performance is improved, engine placement and cooling of the reversible fan, and overall just performance. The Dash 3 is going to be a machine that is going to be very well accepted in the industry. The Dash 2 already is accepted in the industry. They took that machine and just made it better, and we're excited for it. We're going to get some hopefully here in the next couple months. But let's move on. The LX series got an update this year. We currently, to this date, have the LX 2610 and the 3310. They're doing away with the 3310, and they're going to the LX 3520 and a 4020. So they're going to have 35 and 40 horsepower in the LX series, respectively. And they upgraded the transmission completely. Here, let's take a look. At face value, it doesn't look a lot different, but, well, that guy looks weird. Anyway, this was a poor camera angle. Poor camera angle. Anyways, what I was trying to highlight there, I don't know if I did, it's quieter in the cab, mainly because of the transmission. They redid the transmission, it got a lot quieter. One thing I did notice on the transmission with driving it that I didn't touch on a lot is that it almost has like an auto throttle functionality to the HST. When you push the pedal, it throttles up. And then if you did have it neutral, it acts as like a foot throttle. It's a pretty cool little setup. Yeah, they updated the cab. They updated the loader, so the loader's a lot wider. There's that weird guy again. I'm watching this for the first time, as you guys might be too, and I'm just narrating this. But anyways, yeah. Oh, here we go. The foot throttle. So it auto throttles. I might have been telling that in this video, but anyways, driving it was a lot quieter. The previous 3310 cabs had a lot of HST noise, and it was worse in the cabs because it echoed. The new ones are better. The new transmission is quieter. And, looking forward to seeing that horsepower jump and the improved hydrostat jump and an improved little loader. It's a little wider loader. Moving on to the M7 series. So, looking at this model, from a distance, there's not really a lot of differences, but up close there is. So they upgraded the loader. They made it a little stronger. It's called the M7-4. It's going to be the 174, 154, 134. It's the -4. They got a new fuel tank there, more capacity. It's a stronger material. And then in the cab, there isn't a whole lot of differences on the premium models. One of the biggest thing is on the power shift model, which this is not the power shift, I don't believe, but it has a power stop. You can use the brake as the clutch on the power shift model. And then this is on both power shift and KVT. It's a steering wheel setting, so you can have faster steering wheel, so less revolutions will turn the wheels from end to end. And it's a simple switch setting on the right there, as I showed. And on the power shift models, if you push the brake, it will declutch. And then when you let off the brake, it will resume the speed you were at. Say you were bailing at 5 miles an hour, you want to dump a bale, you would push the brake and then you would let off and it would resume the speed. You won't have to do anything. It was a good feature. It needed to happen. Likewise, not only on the M7 is that a feature, but also on the M6. Again, in the M6, they're redoing it a little bit. At face value, it doesn't look any different, but internally, up close, they did some nice changes to it, including that power brake setting is also on the M6. They did not change the model number because not enough changed, I think, to change the model number. It's just a series change. Also, as you can see there, that loader joystick is new. So you're going to have reversing functionality at that loader joystick, so you can change directions. The old joystick only had a third function button. That was it. So now you have a little bit more functionality. You won't have to take your hand off the joystick to change directions or shift gears. You can actually shift gears from that loader joystick as well. And it's in a nice place. It's hard to tell from this video because there was always a lineup to. That's the button to turn on the power brake. You turn it on or off in the M6. And they redid the left-hand reverser lever a little bit. Some nice little improvements. It didn't warrant a whole new model change. They're just highlighting some improvements to this model at the dealer meeting. And the L4701 is going away and being replaced with the L4802. A lot of the same improvements that we saw in the MX series a couple years ago, and then last year on the L39 and 3302s. Rubber floor mats. They redid where the PTO switch is, got rid of the clutch. It just little things, new styling on the hood to match the 02 series. And this is the L2502, very similar to the 33 and 3902. Same things, redid the PTO switch, rubber floor mats, got rid of the clutch pedal, put the brakes on the left side, and improved styling and a suspension seat. Yep, that's the new L2502. Looks pretty good. You might notice the tires on it too. Kubota is branding these as Kubota exclusive R4 tires, and that's why they put the little logo there. I showed that on a different model as well. That's a thing they're going to do from now on. The LX3520. So this is the narrow model. This is a model that it's got a left-hand reverser, believe it or not. It's a stick shift model. It's made for the vineyard applications. They released also another one here. This is the M5092. It's only in the open station right now. It's a little wider than the last model, but it's shorter, and it still has all the necessary emission regulated stuff under that hood. They just had to make it a little wider to make it shorter. Not a huge seller in our area. All of ours in our area mainly are cab units, but they did release that at this meeting. And this was the new excavator, the KX030. It replaces the KX071. Not a huge seller in our area. We in the California markets where they have more regulations on trailer hauling and weight requirements with trailers, this is going to be a more popular model, just not in our area. This is the new Kubota F3710. It replaces the previous model, and really they changed the engine. The front looks identical. They changed the engine to be a common rail diesel engine with 37 horsepower instead of the old mechanical diesel engine with the reformer on it. Way more efficient system. This is the new Z2, the 252. This one's going to have the Kawasaki engine. The 252 is going to have the Kawasaki engine in it. and it's got an upgraded platform, levers. Previously, this model would have had a Briggs & Stratton. Comes with candy, but the floor is, I thought, a cool, nice little touch to it. Put the rubber isolators on it, reduced vibration quite a bit, and they weighted the handles, believe it or not, to make the vibration in your hands go away. And then the Z242, sorry, that's going to be the new, it replaced the 231. It's going to have a Kohler engine in it. There's going to be no more Briggs & Strattons on any Kubotas going forward. And then this is the 232, very similar to the current model we have. Just updated the model number. And this is the ZD1611. This is the diesel, similar thing that they did with the F series. They made it a common rail diesel instead of mechanical, way more reliable, and more horsepower. So the Tedder, Kubota Tedders. This is a new big Tedder they released. I believe they have two models. This is actually the smaller of the big ones. This is the 85. They also have a 111 as well. Just upgraded, made a bigger, heavier Tedder. Pretty excited. Nice folding feature. Is a nice looking Tedder. I don't know if we'll see any this year. They very limited release on it. And there's a lot of players in that Tedder market. Yeah, this is the 8590C. Nice. It was a nice looking Tedder. Yeah. No one was around it, so I did a little more video into this because there wasn't people. Oh, in the future here. So Kubota, one of the things they wanted to do is highlight where they're going in the future. And of course, the big pressure is right now electricity. Electric engine, no engines, electric. Everything's going electric. And there's been a little bit concerned Kubota isn't developing this, and they are. And they wanted to show it, that they're working on something. This first tractor you see right here is the LXE 261. It's not available in the U.S. It's available in Europe on a rental basis only. I think as they're doing that as an experiment to see how it does before they release it for sale. But they pretty much took an LX tractor and put a battery in it with motors. And then this is a future concept of a Z. It's called the Phase 2, where they start, because they're electric, they can do different shapes. The machine will start looking different. It's a concept. As you see, there's no back end to it because they don't need to. And then this is a Phase 1 electric excavator. I don't think these are very far off. We see them with other manufacturers. And then this is Phase 3, where machines totally look different. This is a fully autonomous electric tractor with tracks, 3-point, and it like a robot, essentially. And I saw this a couple years ago in Japan. I wasn't in Japan, but I saw a video from Japan when they kind of showed this off. And I was wondering when they were going to take it to the States. Finally, they did. As the 50th anniversary, they wanted to show off, from a little yellow tractor called a McCulloch to this. It's a pretty big swing in things. But yeah, that was Kubota Connect 2022. Oh, and they have all these little goofy things. They put you in these things. You have to grab so many dollars to win a discount. And I don't even know what. It was harder than it looks. They make you push it out the hole here. Yeah, this was just goofy. I was pretty good at this, though. I think they told me I won. No, I didn't win anything. I think they gave me a candy or something stupid. Anyways, so that was Kubota Connect 2022. Big products that came out. There wasn't a ton of them, but you got the SVL 75-3. We're really looking forward to seeing that. That's a product that's been very popular for us in the Dash 2, and the Dash 3 is they made improvements to make it even better. You got the new LX series with more horsepower. Very nice to see that. New cab, new HST that's quieter. You got the new 02, 2502, and 4802 to complete the 02 lineup that we currently have with a 33 and 3901. 02, sorry. And then you got the narrow series tractors that Kubota's really pushing in. You got the LX narrow, and there's L4802 narrow. And then you got the M7-4 and then updates to the M6 series, which was really nice. And a couple new hay tools, the Tedders. Then the lawnmowers, the Z series, the F series. There's a lot of good improvements at this meeting. It doesn't mean we're going to see them next month, probably not the month after that. It's going to take a while for some of these products to actually hit our showroom floor, but we do have some info on that. If some of these products did interest you, you can give us a call here in Linden or in Burlington, and we can give you a little better accurate ETA on some of these products coming to our showroom floors. But they are coming. And the future products, it was cool to see that. Those are not coming anytime soon, but it's cool to see that Kubota is working on it. And one thing I know about Kubota is when it is right, they will make it available. And until then, they'll make sure it's right before they even jump into that pool. But it's cool to see that they're working towards that. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm going to be looking for a McCulloch yellow tractor for my collection. Definitely don't have one of those, but I did see those there. And it was a fun time. They celebrated 50 years. 50 years of an achievement for them is that's a big deal for any company. And they're continuing to grow in this North American market. Anyways, it's a fun time to be a Kubota dealer. It's a fun time to be a Kubota owner. It's a growing company and good quality equipment, and we're looking forward to next year and the years to come. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, give us a call or visit us online, scholtensequipment.com, where everything is pictured and priced, including these new models eventually. Thanks. See you again.